Hello and welcome back to the Microsoft Publisher application course. In this video we will be wrapping up with the topic creating and working with a publication, and we will look at closing your publication and opening again those publications, then guide you through the steps of printing your publication, though we will not have a printer to finish the process, but you will know the steps to do that, and then eventually exiting or closing the Microsoft publication. So let's begin by pulling up our publication, practice 1, a copy of it. So if you want to show how you can close your publication, there are a number of ways to do that. One way is to use Control plus F4. Okay, so let's first save. And remember, if you didn't save your publication, Publisher will ask you if you're sure you want to close it. And if you save it, it will simply close it because it's saved. So you can use Control F4 or you can use the File menu and close. So let's do File and let's do Close. So you see, and now my practice 1 is closed. I open then another publication. Let's say I open the template and I want to close it, and I can do that by also using this close button. But the other way I can do that still is by using Control F4. So if I simply press Control F4 on my keyboard without moving my mouse, so I press Control, press F4, and there it goes again. Okay, so let's try one more time with publication 3, which we have not saved. So if I want to do this, I will use File and I will use Close, and it closes without really asking me if I need to save it. So that is how you can actually close your publication in Microsoft Publisher. Now you can open your publication by going to the location where it is and opening it up from the Window Explorer, but we will not be trying that here. So what we will do is bring up one of the publication we have open, and what we can do is open one of our publication that we just closed. So this time we're looking at opening publication. So you can do that using Control O, or you can also do that using File menu and open. So let's go with File menu. File, and I will say open, and then I should browse or look for where the file is stored and I can open it. Sometimes you see it in the list of recently opened or closed file. But let's go through the normal route. So I will double click my the PC and go to the location where I kept it, documents, and I will go to PTC folder, double click, and Publisher, and this time I want to open let's open the template. So we do birthday template, click it, and we say open. Okay, and there you go. So it's opened again. You can minimize it. So let's use Control O. Let's try to open the practice, the publication 1 practice. So I will press Control button on my keyboard and letter O, and I will come to this window. And then let's go browse, go to the location, documents, PTC practice, publisher, and let's open this one. Let's double click it. So you click on it and you click open, and you can bring the view to 100 here like we normally do. Scroll up. Good. So basically this is how you can open your publication. And the other thing we want to show is how you can print a publication. So you can simply do that by using Control P. So that is Control P. By the way, we said to open your publication is Ctrl O. That's what we did. Now for printing you can use Ctrl P, or you can go through the file menu, but first let me save. So I go through file and I go to print, and it brings out another window, and here I see the publication and it says 1 to 6, but I can make some selection before I hit the print button. The print button is the last thing you will do when you're ready to print. Make sure you have a paper or some papers in your printer and the printer is connected and ready. So here I can change the copies. So if I want 2 or 3 copies of each page or what I want to print, I will change it. And here I can select the printer type. So I do have a printer that is wirelessly connected, but now it's offline because it's switched off. So we will leave it this way. You can see I want to print all pages, which is pages 1 to 6, or I can drop it down and say print only the selection, or what that is, whatever I've selected in my page. And if I want only the current page that I see, I can put this one. I will skip it, and in the pages you can indicate, go in there and say I want to print only page 1, or I want to print page 1 and 2, or you can say I want to print page 1 to 4. You can also say page 1, page 3, and page 6. It's up to you what you want. So here we keep it 1 to 6, and you can also print 1 page per sheet, which means on your actual paper you're using for printing, 1 page will be printing on 1 sheet and not on both sides. If I want to print on both sides of my paper, I will go, it doesn't have the option here, that's weird. So normally, oh, that's here, so you can print on one-sided part of the paper, and I can print on 2 sides here. So you can flip the paper in your printer and print the next page on that one. But so basically this is how you play with your printing options. You can go to printer properties depending on your printer, and you can choose whatever properties you want, and we will not be doing that now. Skip, and when you're ready you hit the print button. So because we'll not be doing this now, we will simply go back by clicking this arrow. Okay, and that is about printing. And the last thing we will talk about is closing the publisher window, which is by going to your close button and simply hitting it. So we will close this again by clicking it. So we made some changes and we haven't saved it, and it's asking you, do you want to save the changes you made? And we can just say save. If you don't save, you will lose whatever you did last and it will close. And if you say cancel, it will not save and it will not close the window. But let's say save, so that we save whatever we've done and we can close. And the same way you can do this. Okay, and that's basically how you do that. And if you want to really go away from Publisher as a whole, you don't want to have all this, you can go to the taskbar, right click on it, and you say close all windows, and that will basically close every window, but we're not going to do that now. So that brings us to the end of this topic and creating and working with publication. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next big topic.